Welcome back everyone for another Evertail video. So today we're gonna look at the new unit, Tiamat. So I think she's a really interesting unit. Like at first, my first two thoughts of her were Overdrive team and like Blood team with summons and stuff, mainly because of her Genesis. Her Genesis is pretty much like her selling point and like what makes her different than everyone else and what makes her unique. So just going over her skills real quick. Swift Rage, it's like a Swift Strike, but it gives Enrage, which is great. And it's really fast, 70 TU. Genesis again is her big selling point, which you get 3 Spirit, which is always good. It's only 50 TU, which is like really fast, really easy. And she gains the number of Mori equivalent to the amount of spirit she had, or your team has. So if you typically a game starts off and then you automatically have 4 spirit. So if she's pretty fast. She's actually really fast. Like she's at 485, which is actually a pretty fast unit in terms of like Overdrive teams. Like there are faster units on other teams, but assuming like she goes first, we start out at normally 4. If she does her Genesis, that's +3, so that's 7. So you would get 7 Mori just starting off on her first turn, and then it's 50 TU. So again, that's really fast. You'll get 3 Spirit and 7 extra Mori. The max would be 10 that you can get, and you could pair this with, I guess, other teams and like other units that are potentially faster than her to get that 10. Or my other thought is like you could also kind of not have her as your first couple units, your first 4, and you could actually put her in the reinforcements just because of how fast she is, and her speed is kind of just like another option and kind of food for thought. And then she has Overdrive Plus, which is just really strong hit. You need over 6 Spirit, which is actually kind of good because a lot of other Overdrive you require over 7. And 600% damage is nothing to scoff at. Like that's a big percent, especially if she can get her Swift and Rage off, which I don't know if she will be able to. She'll at least get 1 from Genesis because that also enrages her as well. And then she has Survivor Drain, which is just a really good skill. It hits hard, it hits multiple, it hits 2. It's like Survivor Fury, but you get HP back. It does cost a bit more on the TU, but I think it's definitely worth it, just considering the trade-off of that much damage plus healing. Like I think that could be really good. And in terms of her passive, she has Divine Healing, so I think that'll kind of help her soak up a little bit of damage until she unlocks her Survivor Fury. And Immovable, which helps prevent like pushbacks or banishes, so that she can keep her Survivor Drain. And I think another big thing is all her Mori actually just generate Spirit. Their passives are, they just generate Spirit and they're auto guards. So I think that's just overall really good, because typically most teams you can never use enough Spirit, and it kind of helps for either blood sacrifice teams where like you need Mori to sacrifice to use skills and attack, but it also helps in like late game of like you're down a bunch of allies, and so you can have guards to just protect you and more Spirit, so you can just keep attacking and you can use your skills, and you don't have to usually use your weaker skills that are just like your first 1 or 2. So first thoughts were, again, blood summon teams. I thought she was like, oh my god, this is gonna be great. She's gonna be able to like use Genesis, get a whole bunch of Mori, and I guess like, I don't know, like my thoughts on it is like, it kind of depends. Like it depends on what your goal is, and it depends on your blood team, because 7 at the very start is very good. Like that's a big one up if you're using Mori to use all your attacks, and +3 spirit is really good because they're like blood teams, which I'm going to show you, which is the reason why I'm on this account right now, are very spirit hungry, and getting 3 spirit off the bat is like, it'll definitely help in using a lot of their skills. And because she's fast, she's 485, that will help. So I'm just gonna show you my team real quick. So for my blood team, I have Snow White, 325, so she's slower. She's slower. I think all of them are slower. Yeah, so all of them are slower. But the thing is, so yeah, Snow White, she's definitely gonna Blood Assassin. That's -2, like first turn. She's gonna do a Blood Assassin as well if she has the option, so that's another -2. And she will Blood Stun if there's enough spirit, which is potential, or not Blood Stun, Stun Bolt, which is potentially -4. And a Shuten is going to, since there's gonna be available, she's gonna Poison Blood Drain, which is -1. She might Stealth Call, but if there's Mori, she's probably gonna Poison Blood Drain. So again, like they're gonna be very spirit hungry, and so having a +3 at the beginning is definitely gonna help. However, just kind of like foresight or insight, or like kind of like thinking about it a little bit more, Tiamat, she does generate spirit at the very beginning, but nowhere after that. So I think she's gonna, I don't think that trade-off for blood teams personally would be worth it, just because after she gets the very initial +3 spirit, she gets a bunch of Mori. That's great, that's fantastic. But for my blood team, I didn't really have a problem generating Mori already as is. And in terms of just she herself, she's gonna be sucking up a lot of spirit if she gets let's say she goes Genesis +3. After that, she can't use it ever again during the battle. Then after that, her options are Overdrive Plus or Swift Rage. Because of the blood team, they're going to be using all the Mori. It's going to be using a lot of spirit. She's not going to be able to use Overdrive Plus. And so she's going to be stuck just Swift Raging over and over again, it's not the most ideal. And then eventually when she unlocks Survivor Drain, she might be able to use it, like since it's 2 spirit, but that also takes away from like the rest of the blood summoning team. So I think because of that, I don't think she's gonna, well, it depends on your team, but she's not gonna do well on a pure blood sacrifice team. And then in terms of Overdrive team, I'm gonna switch over real quick. Oh yeah, and then I also forgot to mention for the blood team is like she does generate spirit at the beginning and the very end because of her summons that generate spirit. But for blood teams, you're probably not going to get to these because you're going to be sacrificing all of these. And you're going to be using all the other Mori that your slower other units will summon. So I don't think you're actually going to be getting the spirit entry if you use her on a blood team, as opposed to like an Overdrive team that doesn't necessarily use sacrifices. you will get the spirit when they come in and eventually die if you get to the very end. So in terms of Overdrive teams, like I said before, she's really fast, 485. And then, so you might think, oh, what if you just generate a bunch of spirit beforehand with like a ignition heal, and then that goes, like, you can just max out on the number of Mori like first turn. But the thing is, again, 485 is fast. She's gonna outspeed a lot of other units, so she outspeeds this Overdrive unit. She outspeeds here. She outspeeds here. She definitely outspeeds the guards. Like, she pretty much outspeeds almost everyone. I think Wukong is faster, but if Wukong is up front with her, then she's going to be using Vanishing Burst, which will actually not help, but actually make it worse and give you less spirit, because she starts with full charges, so she can't actually do full charge to gain 3 spirit. So that wouldn't actually help. And she outspeeds a lot of the other units. Water Snow White is faster, so you could pair her, because she would like 611. That's really fast. So she would probably do Healing Stealth, which would be like 1 more extra Mori, but I don't think that's necessarily like the sole reason you would like put them together for a single Mori. I think there's probably better synergies. And then I do have the newer unit, which I can't show that version, so I have to make sure I click on, not that one, the this version that's less revealing. So she actually outspeeds. I have her, but I don't want to show her other picture. And she could do Ignition Rage Heal, which would give her 2 extra Mori. And yeah, so she could use that, or you could use her to get those like little extra Mori. But again, I think she doesn't really do well on her own, is the thing, because again, she's spirit hungry, Overdrive plus Survivor Drain. So I think she could be good, but just like she has to have the right scenarios all together of like, she could maybe like be a reinforcement. That way you're fighting, you already have spirit, or like a decent amount of spirit. She comes in, because of her speed, she just uses Genesis. Hopefully if you have an Overdrive team, you have a good amount of spirit already. She generates those 10 Mori in the back, and then she starts using Overdrive. Your other Overdrive units can like generate more spirit than she can burn. In that case, and she gets her enraged, then she can start hitting really hard with potentially 600% damage on top of an enraged 600% damage. Like, that would be a lot. Like, she could hit really hard. And then eventually people die, she unlocks Survivor Drain. Hopefully you're getting back enough spirit with your Overdrive team to like support her, because again, she's gonna be eating up a good amount. And then, well, I mean, technically you could have her Swift Rage, which would be good every now and then, to like, if she can switch Swift Rage, get some Enrage, a little bit of spirit, and then Survivor Drain, just because she will be eating. So I mean, it might not be as big of an issue as I think it might be, or I'm making it out to be. But yeah, that's just like some ideas and thoughts I have. And so after all that long-winded like initial thoughts, I guess, I'm gonna summon for her on the Overdrive team. Right? Overdrive. Yep. Okay. Fingers crossed. Hopefully we can get her pretty quick. Like we've been fairly lucky recently, so hopefully we can keep up that train. I think we started at like 3:06. Wow, yeah.
宮本と申します。海の女神にして世界の秩序を監視し、私に協力していただければ、この世界を正しき方向へ導いてあげましょう。この世界の秩序を守り、私が持てるすべてを捧げますわ。
Wow, that was a really good summoning session. Holy smokes. Yeah, I don't feel as bad as for talking as long now. Like, yeah, I'm happy about that. Reduces damage. Yeah, I'm pretty happy. I'm really happy about that. Holy smokes. Well, I guess I can just power her up a little bit and just do a quick run demo thing.
秩序をもたらすための力ですわ。
I mean, at least gotta unlock her.
まだ強くなれるんですね。
Yeah, movable. Yeah.
世界が、海が、私に力を貸してくださいますわ。 世界これで導いた世界を力が長秩序をもたらすための力ですが
Let's just throw her in somewhere.
女神の加護を
Throw her in. I need a guard. I probably need a guard. Throw her in here. Do I not have any weapons? Yeah, let's just go with that for now. Throw her in. I think 7. She won't die. Hopefully. Yeah, 80s. Yeah.
Tiamatが命じます。
So yep. And yeah. Yep, that's a lot. Oh, actually, I was wrong. Oh, it's next in line. It's not. Wow, I read that wrong. Okay. Oh yeah, it's next in line. It's not at the end of the battle. Okay, so she actually generates more spirit than I thought she would. But it's definitely not for blood teams. I take that back. I retract my statement. Okay, I'm glad I'm glad I didn't post this without actually testing that out. Okay, I think she actually could be pretty good for Overdrive teams then. Yeah, I think that changes a lot. Like, that changes how much spirit she's gonna be able to generate and like how much she can support. I think she could be good for Overdrive teams. Yeah. plus enrage. That's not bad.
ここに力を
Actually, she could also go with revenge teams, essentially. Kind of like the maid Clarice and the like Lucky Kiki that like has like the regen Mori. Yeah. And other units that just have revenge mechanics. So she might be with a as well, because that's a lot. Consistently having over 6 spirits is kind of hard, to be honest. So she's probably gonna be sort of striking more. But yeah, like you could potentially pair her with Clarice because she has Mori Blaster, plus she has auto minions. And you could also do, what am I thinking? Yeah. Because she has Vengeance Strike and Regeneration Call, so every turn there's a 50% chance to be right next in line. And who's the other ones? I think there was like 1 or 2 more. Can't think of off the top of my head. But yeah, you have like Payback Strike with Life Drain. Yeah. So I guess initial thoughts of her. I think she has potential to be pretty good on Overdrive teams, actually. Just because I got her Genesis skill a bit mixed. I didn't realize it was in next in the reinforcement and not the back of the reinforcement. So that's a my bad. But yeah, I think she's gonna be interesting. I don't necessarily think she's gonna like necessarily break anything, but I mean 600%, 500% plus enrage. That could hit her. That does hit her really hard. But yeah. Thanks for watching, everybody. Let me know down in the comments below, what do you think of her? Are you gonna summon for her? Do you think she's gonna be like a really powerful, strong unit for Overdrive teams, or what other teams do you think you could put her on? Subscribe if you can. Thanks for watching, and I will see you all in the next video. Take care. Bye.